Hello again, Melissa Lemon here, and thanks for joining me for this video today about entanglements and forgiveness. And I wanted to talk about this a little bit because energetically there's a lot going on in our lives that we can't see. What I do, intuitive healing, is based in quantum physics, which is the science of the really, really small things, the subatomic particles, the things that we cannot see even under a microscope. It is the science of spirituality. And Einstein knew about quantum physics, but it's not something that we're necessarily taught about. But the energies at play are real. Like when we have a thought or when we say a word, every word has its own frequency. Every thought that we think has a frequency. Every emotion that we feel has a frequency. So one of the things that can happen with energy is entanglements can be created. And it's my belief that when we misinterpret our role in forgiveness, we can create an entanglement with somebody. So when we choose not to forgive somebody and we let that go on for an extended period of time, we inadvertently create an entanglement, or we can create an entanglement with that person. And we could create also a negative cord with that person. So there are things that can happen energetically when we choose not to forgive. So just another reason why forgiveness is important. And there was one more note, I gotta look it up. It was just that we can forgive. We can learn. I talked about a couple videos ago that it's a skill. It is a skill. We can learn it. We can do it. And it is beneficial for us. I do believe it's also beneficial for the other person, but that's not the reason we do it. We do it because in the end it's actually what's best for us. So, we've talked a little bit about how our pain and suffering is prolonged when we don't forgive. That includes creating some of these entanglements or cords or what have you that we can create with people when we don't forgive, that are negative and that drain our energy. So something to be mindful about and to kind of think about and understand. And you can even ask yourself this question and journal about this if you would like. Is there anybody I have an entanglement with because they or I have not forgiven? Is there anybody that I have a cord with because they or I have not forgiven? And if so, go ahead and break that cord. You don't have any control over if somebody forgives you or not. You can't take responsibility for something that you did and apologize for sure, which would probably go a really long way. But, sometimes there are these misunderstandings and maybe nobody is actually at fault, but there's still something hanging over your head. And in that case, I think it's okay to set up some energetic boundaries. It's okay to cut those cords. It's okay to release those entanglements and set up some boundaries and not be on the receiving end of somebody else's unforgiveness if it's not appropriate, if that makes sense. So, if we do need to take responsibility for something, that's one thing. But, yeah, that's not always the case. So, just kind of depends. We all have our own perspective. And I just wanted to mention, not everybody's going to understand the concept of this, but I love the word Zion, and I love learning about Zion. And Zion is the pure in heart, and it's a people who can live together in one heart, and they have one heart and one mind. And I believe that one mind, what that means is that we are open with each other. We say what we're thinking, and we listen to the other person so that we actually understand what it is that they're saying and where they're coming from. So we don't get defensive. We just listen openly to other people's perspectives. That's what I think Zion is going to be like. So just a random thought for today. But anyway, forgiveness really is in our best interest, and we really can learn to do it. And I hope that you can feel that. I hope that you're starting to feel that watching this series, and we will see you next time. Bye.